Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of James Bond Bitcoin Live. I have two guests here. First is Eric C. Go ahead and say hi, Eric C.
Hi.
All right, and hopefully Crypto Blood, his mic is working. Go ahead and say hello.
Oh, that's too bad.
All right. Well, we'll let him. We'll let his mic. You're for some reason you're muted, Crypto Blood, but don't worry, we'll wait for you on there. So we'll start with Eric C here. Eric, tell us about yourself, because I've been watching your channel for a little bit. I noticed you hunt, you're into tools, now you're into cryptocurrency. Tell us your story, how you got into this space, like where you came from, and how you got into this space.
Sure. The hodgepodge of craziness on my YouTube channel is just because I'm kind of all over the place. I like to do a lot of different things, but the Bitcoin in particular, and I'm not sure the exact timeline here, but I'd guess about 2009. I don't really remember what the Bitcoin price was, but I owned a lead generation company, and we had like a server farm. And I had IT guys that worked for me that were talking about mining for Bitcoin and how we could do it with like PlayStation 3s. Like if we bought a bunch of old PlayStation 3s, we could mine Bitcoin. So we did. And, you know, we got some and we bought some. And I remember there was a point where they were like $2 per Bitcoin, and we bought a bunch. And then really nothing happened. And then all of a sudden one day I saw Bitcoin hit 3,000 and I went, holy shit. Where is that Bitcoin? And I called up my friends and we found our Bitcoin, and ever since I've been back all in.
Now 3,000, so that was recent. So you got in recently.
Yeah, we're talking excuse me. 6 weeks, 7 weeks, maybe.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay. And before that, what were you doing? Were you hunting? Were you doing tool reviews? What was your thing?
Well, I'm a sponsored hunter. I do that, and I also do lead generation. I do lead generation online. I've been doing that for about 15 years. I was one of the first 100 people certified on Google AdWords to advertise on AdWords, and so that's how I pay my house.
Okay, explain to the audience what that is and how it works, just in case they don't know.
AdWords is when you go into Google, when you see the sponsored links, or maybe you don't recognize their sponsored links, Google allows you to purchase keywords or phrases that people type in or speak into Google, like where's the nearest Starbucks? And for example, if you had a different coffee shop, you could tell Google, if someone asked or typed in where's the nearest Starbucks, that you pop up as, hey, Jimmy's Coffee Shop, closer than Starbucks. And so I advocate for companies to advertise properly and get their best ROI. Okay.
All right. Just in case people don't know what that is, they can utilize it for their business. Sure. All right. Crypto Blood, are you back?
I think so. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. All right.
I had to do it through my phone, man. I don't know what's going on, but how you guys doing today?
No, that's all right. We're doing great. Let me get on to you, Crypto Blood. You didn't have a chance to say hello, so go ahead and say hello to the audience.
How you guys doing today? Glad to be on the show.
And then Crypto Blood, tell us about you. I didn't have a chance. You just started YouTubing, but we talked a little bit before. You've been involved in this space since 2013. Tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, so I'm a web developer. I run a web development company. So yeah, I got into the space back in 2013. I was on Zero Hedge. I don't know if you guys follow Zero Hedge blog, but one night I was up late on Zero Hedge, and just I saw an article about this technology called Bitcoin, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing, because at that point I had actually been in the financial realm as well. I had a CTA, which is a commodity trading advisory firm. So we traded futures, forex, think commodities of that nature. So when I saw the financial side of this concept of Bitcoin, and then I also saw the kind of technology side, and I just put two and two together, man. And I literally, after reading that article that particular night, I went at it's about 2 o'clock in the morning. I went up to CVS and sent a MoneyGram over to purchase my first few Bitcoins, man. And so
All right, so you did that. All right.
I did it the very night, man. So yeah, my wife was knocked out, and she didn't even know I left, man. I went up there immediately because I really saw that this was going to be the future. So yeah, that's
So
kind of my
who
story into it.
who did you buy from? Did you buy from BitConnect? Not BitConnect, BitInstant. That they use MoneyGram
BitInstant,
and shit like that.
BitInstant. I bought from BitInstant. Yep,
Oh,
sent
Charlie
over
Schrum.
Charlie
Okay.
Shrum. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I was one of those guys. I hope I don't get in trouble for that. We're not 7 years out statute of limitations, but yeah, I was one of those
Well,
guys.
well, unless you bought like drugs or anything like that.
No, no, never, never.
Never. No, none of us would ever buy drugs with our Bitcoin. That's too valuable.
Right,
That's stupid.
exactly.
I'd rather give my money. I'd
Yeah,
rather buy money, use my
I, I,
money
ra-
from the local drug dealer than to give him Bitcoins.
I
I'll be
rather
honest
buy
with you.
I rather buy pizza with my Bitcoin than to do that.
No, man, you're not supposed to. That's the worst thing you could do. Buy shit with your Bitcoin, man. You know what happened last time someone bought a pizza? They spent what? How much? $2-3 million? No,
Yeah,
$10 million
yeah, ten
for a
million
fucking
dollars.
pizza now.
Yeah, yep. So
All
yeah,
right.
that's my
So,
story.
all right, that's a good story. If any of the audience members has a question, please ask questions, and I'll ask it. Okay. And so, all right, let me go back to Eric. Eric, the reason I wanted you here was unfortunately I Am English was not able to make it for our last live stream to
Yeah.
talk about BitConnect. So tell us about BitConnect and how it works and what you think of it so far.
I think, well, from what I know, and there is limited information out there, that you're giving them Bitcoin, and then they're using a trading bot to try to maximize their hedges somewhere else, mystery land, not sure where, and they guarantee a 1%. Well, I shouldn't. They say you can get up to 40% a month on interest, but it does average to be about 1% a day historically. And they capture your funds anywhere from 120 to 300, well, 299 days. And it's super sketchy. So everyone is really, really, it's like they're so tweaked out about it, and everyone's super serious. Where my take is, okay, there's these Bernie Madoffs in the world, or let's look at Social Security. Social Security, we pay in all our whole life, we're not going to get nothing, right? So I said, okay, I see this, and if I was like a Mac daddy, I'd put in 100 grand because you get your money back the fastest, and I'd just haul it out. I see this going for at least, so I see some people predicting like October or something like that. I see way past that. The thing about if it's legit, then it's fine. If it's not legit, those people at the top are the greediest ones of them all. So they hang on way past when they should, most of them, because they're the worst, and they deny it, right? They live in some crazy land. So that's the thing. So I put in $200 and I got 90 out, and I'm in it 30 days. And so that's my plan, is to take out the money I put in and then keep taking out a little bit. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, I'm up money anyway.
Okay, that sounds good. So now the thing about BitConnect is, does anybody does anybody know who owns BitConnect or who runs BitConnect?
Yeah, I've seen white papers and ownership applications out of the UK. There's a guy, Jeti Knight, on YouTube that's shown some documentation there. And then there's another guy that was out at their meeting. You know, I don't know. It was kind of more of a promotional video than it was like a live stream. But yeah, there is. I have seen that.
Okay. So you've seen it. Is there a link you can provide so I could put it down in the notes sections so maybe people would like to join BitConnect?
I could give you the link of the gentleman that of that video, and I'm not sure if he provides a link, but I know the guy, and if he has it, he'd give it.
Okay.
Or
well,
he could be called out on it, and he's not a scaredy cat. He would say, "Okay, you're right."
All right. Well, all right. I'll wait for that link, and so I'll put it in the notes section, and so that could ease a lot of people's minds, you know, because there's a lot of people worry that nobody knows who owns the website, nobody knows who runs this BitConnect business, and that's one of the red flags that everyone has. And the other thing is, what about this trading bot that you talk of? There's people say there is no trading bot, and it's more of a referral program. So what do you have to say to that? I mean, do you buy the story that it is a trading bot, or it's more of a referral program?
I don't know there. I built the spreadsheet, and we're talking. I put $210 in. I don't have any power, right? Like, so I don't have any. I'm not Trayvon whatever who's making $100K a day off referrals, and I made money. I mean, right? You can look at their interest payouts, and I've been in it. I think it's 38 days today. I've averaged 1.2% interest a day. Where the company information you can find it is gov.uk, and I provided the link to that YouTube video. But he does a few more, like I think he shows a white paper on there and everything, and he shows how he gets there. And Jeti Knight, and he doesn't have very many subscribers. He's a pretty nice guy, and if you challenge him, he's an adult about it.
Yo, what's up, fellas?
Yo,
right, damn, English finally joined.
What's going on?
I'm happy you got some courage to come on.
I know I'm not chicken today, man.
Now about the trading bot. Do you think there's really a trading bot? Because with interest rates 1% averaging out to be 40% a month.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible, because there was a similar offer with Bitcoin back in the early days. I forgot what his name was. I think his name was Trenton something, but he traded Bitcoin, and he took on the Bitcoin Savings Loan and Trust, I think, or something like that. And he was basically doing something similar, where he was offering maybe 4 to 5% a day.
What I think that excuse me, I think there's a rich dude somewhere, and he gets it, and he knows that, you know, and I've seen people that are very smart say Bitcoin's going to be $500,000 in less than 5 years, right?
McAfee.
But maybe Mac. But plenty of people have said it, and so if you say, you got a guy that's rich, and he believes that it's going to be 50K, right? He believes it's going to be a tenth of that. This is all a win for him, even if he loses a little bit for 5 years or whatever. And when you got $1 billion, you got trillion. You know, like some of these guys got $10 billion, 20.
Yeah, their funds are deep, man.
So if they're like, what do I do with $5 billion? And day trading, I did a lot of day trading, and that was always my rule. If I had enough volume, if I made 1%, I was out. I'd do that every day. Holy crap, would I have good years?
Well, that begs the question: is if this guy can just make 1% a day, why the fuck would he share it with all of you? Like if I'm a billionaire and I can make 1% a day on my billions of dollars, Why the fuck would I share it with you?
I would never share it.
Yeah,
Nope.
isn't that illogical?
I would think so.
Well,
So my question is to you, Eric. Have you met anyone, know anyone who's actually gained their principal back plus their interest payments?
Yes.
With the BitConnect.
Yes.
Okay.
There's lots of people.
Well, did they get it back on referrals? I mean, because there's also a referral program in there as well. Is that correct?
Yes, there is a referral program in there.
Well, I'll tell you from my personal experience, I put my 210 in. So like the first 3 weeks, I think I only reinvested $10 twice. Today, I had 14 reinvestments, and I'm on day 38.
You've been killing it, dude.
So I'm sorry, I didn't do 14 reinvestments. I had 14 different payouts from different reinvestments I've done in the past days. And it's not from referrals. I don't have any. I mean, I have like $200 that I got whatever, $15.
That's your minimum, right? The minimum that you put a loan out is $200.
No, it's 100.
No, it's 100.
Okay, so you doubled down on the minimum amount. Okay.
And I have 2 friends that did the same thing, but they each put in $100. So I got a little bit of theirs. I got $7 off each one, so I got $14 there. So besides that, I got nothing else, and I'll be reinvesting tomorrow. I did a $10 one yesterday. I'll do a $10 one tomorrow. If I was just taking $5 at a time, I'd be killing it.
Okay, and then there's also when you go on to BitConnect, some of the videos that I've seen, they show like one person on top, then below him are like 4 people, and then below those 4 people there's like 8 people.
Yeah.
And below those 8 people there's like
I think that's
16
called a pyramid scheme.
No, it's a referral program, but I've seen that being represented, and it looks a lot like how OneCoin was pitching to people, and some other supposed coins. Why is BitConnect different than some of those other programs? Can you explain to me that, or what's your logic in thinking that this is different?
But me
or you or English, anyone who, obviously you two are participating in the program. Why would this be any different than some of the other programs out there that I've kind of seen in this space using cryptocurrency? I mean, there's other stuff. Use it with soap. When telecom became deregulated, use it with phone service. Electricity became deregulated. It was electricity.
Ponzi's aren't new. They're not new at all.
Right.
The fact is that in our world, whether in all business, just about everything uses a Ponzi. The scheme part comes in when you're doing something shady.
Like what would be shady? Because and explain shady what business is a Ponzi, because I don't believe all businesses are Ponzi's. I know there have been businesses that have used a Ponzi scheme. A good example would be
they
Enron.
Used a model. Yeah, Enron used that, and that was horrible.
Well, they used a black box. Basically, they didn't reveal any information to their accounting. They just said, "We just made money. Here's the numbers."
Here's the numbers.
But they didn't show anybody how they made the money.
Right. No, I wouldn't consider Enron a Ponzi scheme, but essentially, you can take, as Eric talked about, the Social Security program that we have in the United States is technically a Ponzi scheme. I was going to
say that's the biggest Ponzi.
Yes. So right. So you've got we're paying into the fund now, but those dollars are going directly out and paying the people who are the beneficiaries of the program. So that, to me, I don't know. That's really truly what a Ponzi scheme is.
I guess you could say that's some kind of Ponzi, or some kind of pyramid, but that's why it's also called a social security program. I mean, everyone pays into it to the people who've already participated. Unfortunately, no one factored in inflation and other costs that really fucked it up. But I don't see how this is connected to BitConnect, how it's being promoted. And
it would be considered a scheme if it disappeared.
I'm sorry, what was that, English?
I was saying if Social Security disappeared, then it would be known as a scheme because nobody would be getting paid. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's I think the stigma between Ponzi scheme and what we're used to seeing is that it is a model that can work, but so many people abuse that model, and then they take off with people's money.
That's
It's gotten a bad rap.
I was
the issue.
So the
Hold
issue
on,
for me is
let
when I see
Crypto Blood-
things.
let Crypto
Oh, go
Blood
ahead.
talk.
Yeah,
on,
so
let-
so the thing about it is, it's not that it works until it doesn't. I mean, that's it. But really, is if you can't get any new people to participate in the
Then it
program,
collapses.
then it collapses. So that's by definition. So you have to ask yourself with the BitConnect. I'm not. I've heard about it, but I'm not. I haven't done any homework on it. So I'm just kind of giving you a forewarning on that. But if you don't have any new people coming into BitConnect, will it collapse? And if that's true, then that's definitely a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, and the thing about Social Security is, you notice the people who are getting paid out aren't getting as much as before. I mean, it does adjust to how much is coming in, and so we can't
well,
really.
no. That's not true because people live longer. They get like 4 times what they're supposed to get and what people got before. And to Crypto Blood, I agree with your statement if no one goes in, but if everyone stops going to McDonald's, it's dead too. And I guess
What
the
are they
pon-
selling?
we can call it whatever you want. And I've been in a lot of businesses, and you guys seem like really smart guys. And I think English said it. There are plenty of business models where you could infinitely, well, not infinitely, but a long way down, give kickbacks to grow your business.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very frowned upon. No one wants to get in on it, blah, blah, blah. But there are things like Cutco cutlery and pots and pans. They've been doing this stuff.
Yeah.
You guys know, you've been around, right? Like,
Mhm.
it's the same thing, but they are, what's that vacuum cleaner? Kirby,
Kirby.
right? But it's
My mom has one. Yeah.
They have a great product, and guess what? BitConnect has a great product, and they have all the way through. Now, is it volatile? Yeah. Should you be
What is BitConnect's
very
product?
careful? Yeah. Can Bitcoin go down to a penny tomorrow? Yeah. So that's
Well,
what
let me ask you, what is BitConnect's product? What are they selling? I mean, you're
they're
giving them.
selling that they can trade better than you.
Basically, that's it in a nutshell.
Really? Okay.
Okay, so
I mean-
so they can trade better than you to the point where they're gonna let you in on their trading secret.
Well,
No.
No.
They're not going to let you in on the secret.
No, yeah, you're just reaping the benefits of it, it
Listen
sounds
to me.
like.
Like if I was a trader and you came to me to invest your money, I would give you enough so that you know that you're somewhat safe. But I'm not going to give you or anybody else my secrets. I'm not going to tell you how I make money because then that makes it more competition for me.
Well, hold on. First of all, it's a volume deal. We're talking $10 billion a day or whatever, right? That's whatever. That if that guy's making 2%, what if his volatility interest is half of what he makes a day? Because 2% on a bot on the volatility of cryptocurrency, I mean, that's easy. That's easy. Everything swings 2% today. But the one thing I keep wanting to bring up, the other night when it crashed and I freaked out and I was messaging English like I was having a heart attack. I'm like, oh yeah, man,
you scared the shit out of me, man.
Everyone's right. It's done, right? It's over. It dropped from 60 to 30. And I was watching the exchange, and it was interesting because there were sell orders, but it wasn't really that much volume, maybe a couple thousand Bitcoin. But there was a sell order at $30 where it was at 60 that had it was like 10,000 Bitcoin in it. And I was like, if someone gets to there, and I have a feeling that is another way that they could make money, where if someone came in to try to purchase a huge volume, they wanted to put in their big loan, they're like, I'm in for 100 grand times 10, and they go to the exchange to buy it, that volume isn't there. So if you were the guy that owned BitConnect, you'd have that sitting there all the time, a huge chunk sitting at half the value, so it would never go below that. So if someone wanted to buy it, they could buy you out. But then, bang, as soon as that was gone, whoosh, it went screaming straight back up.
Okay, another thing about BitConnect is that they have their own token. And so I want to, can you explain that part? Because you give up your Bitcoin, and then you have some kind of, is it USD value that goes onto the loan, and then they have their own token as well that you have to trade through. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes, basically. But what you're getting back, if you do the loaning process, you're not getting back BCC or BitConnect tokens. You're getting back a USD value.
Okay, so the site offers you a number. Obviously, there's no US dollars, because if there was US dollars, they would have to be registered as an exchange and also be a licensed, I guess, broker or even a money transmitter. So there really is no US dollar. It's just a number on that platform that you think is US dollars. The only two things that are there that I guess you could say is real is definitely the Bitcoin,
BCC,
because you send it there. Right, the Bitcoins that you send it there, and then also the BitConnect coins that are supposedly traded on the platform, and then apparently there is an exchange, apparently, but nobody can actually trade on that exchange. Is that correct? Like you two guys have never received any BitConnect to actually trade. Is that right?
What do you mean to trade, like with other people?
Well, to trade. So just the BitConnect is only good on that platform, on the BitConnect site. There's no other exchange or anywhere.
There's no other coins on the site. Is that what you mean, or are you asking if there are other exchanges that trade BitConnect?
Yeah, I'm asking that. Is there any other exchange that trade BitConnect?
Yes.
Have any of you done that? Traded your BitConnect tokens on that exchange?
I don't see any need to actually trade BitConnect tokens. I just stack them and I exchange them for Bitcoin.
Right, but only through the BitConnect platform. Is that right?
Yeah, right now that's all I do.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
am on Livecoin. They have it on Livecoin. I'm signed up with Livecoin, but for me, I don't really use it as a tradable token. I don't want to exchange it for really anything else. That's why I have other coins, but I mean, I mainly just hold. I don't really trade at all.
Okay, no problem. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out how BitConnect works, because I could imagine they're using their token, which they generated from nothing, right? I mean, is there any white paper on the token itself?
Yeah, I sent you the link that has it.
Did you send them to GitHub?
I think you sent me the YouTube video.
Oh, what's in there?
But
they have the GitHub.
Anyways, since I don't think anybody's mining it, so they must have generated the tokens themselves. So
no, you can mine it.
You can mine it.
Yeah.
Oh, how do you mine it?
Let's see. All you gotta do is set up, go in the pool, register, and then use your. I think you can use CG Miner. I don't know. I tried to set it up last night, and I was actually gonna live stream it, and I ended up mining something else.
Okay, so if you can mine it, then you should be able to receive BitConnect tokens. Is that right?
Yeah, when you mine.
It's in Livecoin, Nova Exchange, Coin Exchange.
Okay, but none of you have actually had a chance to actually get any BitConnect tokens outside of BitConnect.
Managed or no? I have not bought any tokens. I haven't bought any.
Is there a BitConnect wallet other than on BitConnect?
Yes. You have your QT wallet. Well, it's not really a QT wallet. It's a little bit better, but it's basically the same thing.
Okay, but you have never received any BitConnect tokens into your wallet?
No, I don't stake.
Okay, how about you, Eric? Have you?
No.
I have a wallet.
Do you ever plan on to? Because BitConnect tokens are like $60. Don't you think you should hold those keys to yourself?
You can. What I've noticed is that some people have BCC in their wallets. I found that when you are staking any coin, you basically need a significant amount of whatever coin you're staking to be lottery picked or awarded staking rewards. So you can't just put one token in there and expect to stake that. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. I mean, I have a bunch of red coin, and apparently it's not enough to stake yet. So that's just how it is, man. I mean, BitBay is the same thing. I have like almost 20,000, and somebody told me on the Slack, they're like, that's not enough to start staking. You're not going to get chosen. You need more coins. So I'm just like, well, that's stupid. So at BitConnect, yeah, you're almost at $60 a coin. You know, you probably would have to have like over 500 coins to probably be chosen to stake.
Okay, so there's no real mining. This is a proof of stake coin.
No, you can mine it too.
So you mine. It's a mineable coin with proof of work, and it's also a proof of stake.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I wonder why nobody's doing it.
Some people are. I mean, there's a lot of people on the platform. I personally don't.
You know who?
Anybody in particular? I don't know anybody in particular. I know people that have a lot of BitConnect coins. I don't think that they've tried to stake. Maybe, I don't know. You also have to leave your wallet open. I don't know if some people aren't into staking. Some people aren't into mining. But it's a great coin because you can do whatever your fancy is. If you like to mine, you can mine it.
But you don't mine at all or stake, is that correct?
Not in BCC, no.
Okay. I guess you find no value in doing that. It makes more money for you on BCC. Is that why?
That's why for me, 1% a day, yeah. Compound, yeah. That's a lot of money.
For me, BCC is more about the lending process. I like the lending.
Yeah.
That's really all I really use.
Okay, who do you lend it to, and how does the lending work? Do you lend it to BitConnect, and then they do whatever they want with it?
Yeah.
Essentially, yes.
Okay, what do they do with it?
They're trading it.
I mean,
they're just trading
I don't
it.
understand. It would be cool if we had other questions. I mean, I really like you, but you keep asking the same question. If you're coming to a point, come to it.
Yeah, here's my point is, if they're the ones who are trading it, and you're not trading it, then where is the money coming from? From people who are trading the coins? Like there has to be other participants in order for them to make money.
Every business needs customers to make money.
Yeah, that's my point. But they're trading it, and they're only trading the BitConnect, right? Are they trading the Bitcoins, or are they trading the BitConnect tokens?
You're putting up your money so they can trade in Bitcoin.
They are trading Bitcoin. They have Bitcoin.
Okay, then what's the point of the BitConnect tokens?
You probably have to ask them.
Okay, well here's my point is the reason why they have the BitConnect tokens is they're leaving you with nothing.
They have to. Yeah, it's paper. Yeah, it's a paper trail is what it is.
I mean, they generate these coins from nothing, and you're buying them essentially, and then you're allowing them to supposedly trade BitConnect.
Isn't that essentially what we're doing with every coin?
That's exactly, yeah.
I mean, that's what you're doing with every coin.
They all come from nothing.
They all come from nothing.
It's all based on supply and demand.
You can go over to the Waves platform and create your own token today.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to tell you guys is that you're participating. That you guys are participating in a Ponzi. I mean, don't you see that?
So that means all cryptocurrency is a Ponzi. It's intangible. You can't see it. You don't know where it came from.
No, but like I said, the definition of a Ponzi is that you're paying the people that got in before you with new money, with the new people that come in.
All right, then how about is it a pyramid then? Would you say it's a pyramid?
The referral part?
Yes, I would say it's a pyramid, and then I would say what company isn't.
Well, here's the thing, like Waves platform and the Ethereum platform, they're just creating these coins out of nothing, and then they're giving them to you, right? And then a lot of people, I think, a lot of ways Ethereum, the platform itself, is very pyramid, almost like a Ponzi-like. I mean, the way you make money is to generate the coins, not buying the coins and selling them. I mean, you just generate them and you offer them to the public, and then you dump the Ethereum for money, and then you basically start another, ICO token. And that's kind of what I think has been happening. The reason why the price decline in Ethereum is because all those people who are raising the ICO money, they're dumping their Ethereum to cash out. And so,
do you mind if I invite a person in there?
yeah, go ahead. Let's talk about it. And so you're building this house of cards with Ethereum, in my opinion. Okay, in my opinion. Now, I know you guys may have a differing opinion, but with BitConnect, I mean, what's the purpose of the BitConnect token if they're just trading the Bitcoin? Why can't you just give them Bitcoin, and then they can just go ahead and do it and give you your 1%? What's the purpose of the BitConnect token? I know you probably don't know. And
Well,
if you don't know, you can just say you don't know.
I don't know, but I would guess they're building a token just like any other, and it's mineable, and they're trying to give it some value, and that's part of it. If people find it valuable, or if it becomes more difficult to mine, I don't know how difficult it is to mine. It might be easy. I don't know.
Pretty difficult to mine. It takes a while. It's almost not even worth it.
If it gets to the point where all of a sudden no one's mining it anymore and there's none available, then holy shit, they might be worth $1,000 a coin.
Well, you're talking about BitConnect tokens?
Yeah, tokens. Yeah.
Then that kind of begs the question: is like, why aren't you guys holding any?
I've considered mining. I just did in the last 2 weeks. I've never done it before. Well, since PlayStation 3s and 10 years ago, but
okay.
I read about it. I was considering it.
I don't have any in my desktop wallet. There's really no need for it to be there because I'm exchanging it all the time. So,
all right. Well, I'll ask this at this point in time if any of the audience members has any questions about BitConnect, and maybe we can get different questions. I know I'm kind of repeating myself. So let's move on a little bit. I want to go to Crypto Blood.
Yo.
And Jeti Knight. How you doing, Jeti Knight? Are you a Jet fan?
Yes, indeed. I'm a Jet fan.
All right, hold on. We're gonna let Crypto Blood talk a little bit. I'm gonna ask him about his plans for going. He wants to get into an ICO. Tell us some ICOs that you're interested in.
Yeah, so I've got a couple on deck right now. 3 of them in particular I'd like to talk about. TrueFlip. TrueFlip is basically a lottery, a blockchain lottery, fully transparent lottery system or application website, and it's pretty cool. The UI and UX is awesome, and they actually just sealed a deal with DAO Casino, so they're going to be teaming up and doing some things together. So I really like that coin. They have a small float as far as tokens being initially released for the ICO. And they also pay a dividend on the house money that they get. So as basically a proof of stake kind of situation where you get a percentage of the revenue based on the number of tokens that you have. So, and then the third thing, they have a working beta. So they sell about over 1,500 tokens a day. Not tokens, but tickets, I should say. And so they're making revenue. So that's awesome. So that's the first one. Rex is the next one that I'm looking into getting into. I think the ICO is at the end of this month, July 31st. So check that out. They are basically looking to disrupt the MLS real estate industry. So, and the last one is Kick. So I'm sure you guys heard about Kick, the social media. That's probably going to be pretty hot. The float, as far as number of tokens being issued, is pretty high, but I feel like that could be a very popular one and have a lot of utility within their social media platform. So those are kind of the 3.
These platforms are mostly on the Ethereum platform. The ERC20.
So Rex and Kick, I think, are ERC20 they kind of their application runs on with under that framework, but TrueFlip is actually a Bitcoin blockchain application. So they do accept Ethereum Dash, and like 2 or 3 other tokens for the actual ICO raise, but and their token is an ERC20 token, but the actual web application they built on top of the Bitcoin blockchain.
Okay, and what are you expecting out of these tokens? Are you treating them like securities? I mean, you expecting some kind of you're buying these tokens as a way to invest into these platforms or these companies or these whatever their ideas?
Yeah, so for TrueFlip, that's definitely kind of my position on that. Seeing that you actually receive it's almost like dividends every quarter based on the house earnings. So definitely for TrueFlip, Rex and Kick, I'm not too sure. I don't think neither of those have any type of dividend share with their tokens. It's just more of a supply and demand. And the tokens are utilized within their platform. So that's another good, kind of good point. That's one of the kind of barometers I use for investing in ICOs. Are the actual tokens being used within the platform? Because then therefore that gives that token some demand. And, that's...
Now, what exactly is Rex? I know what Kick is, and that's a messaging, like encrypted messaging or private messaging platform that people use. What is Rex?
Rex is going to basically try. They're attempting to disrupt the MLS industry. So for real estate, so connecting vendors, buyers, and agents, in a very fast manner for basically they're for listing properties. So you'll kind of be able to.
How does it work? How is it different than the regular MLS listing that we have now?
Well, it's decentralized, right? So with MLS, currently, I'm not a realtor or anything, but from my understanding, you have to pay a certain fee for those listings to MLS, and then you can post your properties that way. With Rex, it's totally decentralized, so you essentially get paid for listing your own property.
And how do they do that? How does one pay? You get paid for listing your own property. Is that I hear you correct?
Yep. So with the Rex token, so as people, let's say you put a property online, it acts as the currency for that particular property. So vendors, I'm just going to kind of give you a summary. Vendors and agents are paid in Rex tokens to list properties and provide market reports, property histories, and other information. These tokens can be exchanged within the platform for features such as creating a professional profile and promoting your profile across the network.
Okay, I'm highly doubtful on that one, but it's your money, you can invest it. What about Kick? Let me ask you about, what Kick is? I mean, do you know what Kick is used for?
I do. Well, so it's going to be used for some social media platform that already exists.
Yeah, the Kick application.
Well, they're called, the tokens are called Kens, I believe, or Ken or something like that.
Ken.
Kick is the actual app.
Kick is the actual app.
Do you know what people use Kick for? I mean, do you have any idea? I mean,
no.
They use it for like the sex trade. And doing like live porn, like live. People pay money, and they use Periscope and shit like that. I mean,
really,
that's why it's so popular. You should hang out to one of these like sex social media sites. Everybody wants you to join Kick, and that way they can talk to you, and they probably talk to you and trying to get you to send money, send nude pictures, or it seems a little scammy. Seems like one of those dating kind of scams where you pay me money and I'll send you my picture and profile. We'll talk for lonely men.
That's fine. Well, so I didn't know the use of it in that aspect. I knew it was a social media platform, but as far as the ICO, I think you could possibly make a couple quick bucks with that.
Okay, you're just looking at a trading.
Yeah, that's it,
Okay,
man.
that's cool. I mean, hey, you got to make your money. That's why everyone's doing. And
Yeah.
all right, let me go to Ozzy. Ozzy, long time no see, buddy.
What's up, brother? How are you, man? What's up, guys?
How
What's
are
going
you?
on, man?
What's going
Do
on?
you want to chime in? You want to chime in anything on anything, Ozzy? I know that's why you want to come in.
Well, no, I was actually just joking with you, but thanks for the invitation. I don't really study ICOs at all. I don't believe we need any more.
Yeah,
All the ICOs are just a bunch of empty promises so far. We really haven't seen shit, just promises.
He's
I'm
right.
more concerned with the top three right now.
All right, let's go to Jeti Knight. That's your name. I'll just introduce yourself, Jeti Knight. Tell us how you got into the space and what you did before.
What's going on, everybody? As you see, the name is Jeti Knight. I started in the crypto space. This is my second go round. My first time, I got wind of it in about 2011. I've been, really heavy into gold and silver for about 10 years. And, in that space, I remember when, not BitConnect, excuse me, I've been saying that so much. Bitcoin was starting to make its rounds in the gold and silver YouTube community. I was in that community, for a few years. And I remember my initial perspective on Bitcoin was that it was some sort of scheme or scam. My perspective at the time was, a little closed-minded. I looked at it as if you don't have it in your hand and it doesn't have intrinsic value, then it's really worthless. And I went from having that perspective to a few years later watching Bitcoin surpass the price of gold. And it kind of humbled me a little bit. And it forced me to kind of reevaluate my position when it came to Bitcoin, because it's not about being right or wrong. It's more about identifying the trends. And when you can take your emotions out of it, which I was really emotional at that particular time, then I kind of realized that reevaluating Bitcoin and not really looking at the price, but kind of diving into what it is. Once I was able to discover what the blockchain was and that type of technology and what it means in society in general, it was kind of hard to deny. So I began to study up, and I would say a few months ago, about April or May, I kind of stuck my head into the YouTube community in the crypto space. And it just so happened at the very same time I came across BitConnect. I started to do my due diligence on that, and I figured that it was a good calculated risk, and I jumped in, and it's been pretty good ever since.
Well, Jedi Knight, what did you do before you got into this whole crypto space?
Like, what do you mean exactly?
Like, what was your background? Like, what did you all come in? I mean, that's kind of what I'm asking, because I want to get an idea, or at least the audience get an idea of what your background is. Like, because Crypto Blood is a web designer. He did some futures trading. I know Eric did some hunting and tools. I am English. Sorry, I don't remember what you did before. So I just share with the audience so they get a good feel for you.
All right. Well, I'm originally from New York. I currently live in Europe right now. I'm in Germany. And when I was in New York, I was in the administrative field and detailed security. I also worked for myself as a club promoter for years. And that was well. And, eventually met my wife, got married, started making some plans, and then moved over to Germany, which I am currently a chef.
You're in Germany right now? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. What kind of cooking do you do? What kind of chef? Are you a pastry chef? What is it?
It's baking, actually. It's pastry. We call it Nachspeise here. It's a small place that I work for. It's called Chef's. It's really located here in Germany. I started out at a regular restaurant. It was called Enoch, but the hours was kind of just ridiculous. So what I did was I kind of pulled back from that and started something called an Ausbildung. That's basically, in English, it's an apprenticeship. And I started that. I went through the baking portion, and then went to preparing and making the desserts and so forth. And I just caught a niche for that and been doing that ever since.
You speak German?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So,
Yeah, I'm not totally
like in Germany.
I'm not totally fluent, but I speak enough to understand what's going on around me.
Okay, so what is the crypto space like in Germany? Please tell us a little bit about that. Then I'll get into BitConnect, and we can talk about that. But what is it like? Is it crazy? Because Germany was one of the most at the time when I got in was really opening up to Bitcoin, and then they kind of closed themselves down. So what is it? What's it like now over there? What's your sense?
Well, I live in a small town. It's about 60,000 people here. So, you know, my feeling would be not a good, you know, perspective given if I was in a big city like Hamburg or, you know, Munich or something like that. But there are people within the crypto space here. But the people that I have access to around these parts, you say Bitcoin and they look at you funny.
So they still don't know.
Yeah, for the most.
It's a really small
there are a lot of
space, man. There's not a lot
Yeah,
of
it
people
is.
that really deal with it.
No, it isn't.
May have heard of Bitcoin, but they only heard of it because someone said it in passing on like some sort of news broadcast. People have heard of it, but they have no idea what Bitcoin is. There are, of course, some people who do, but there's still enough people in order for me to generalize in that respect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. Now tell us how you got into BitConnect and what attracted you to it.
Just being, you know, looking in the community in general, I just heard about it. And I can't tell you exactly who I heard it from enough to actually, you know, I've never been a person that's easily willing, especially with me having a background to where I don't really, you know, trust the banking system and, you know, that aspect, people having, you know, real money. So for me to actually look at a program like that, I had a bit of skepticism. But at the same time, I do understand that having passive income is really important, you know, to have your money work for you. And there was just things that I seen in regards to BitConnect that, you know, were a bit up in the air, but there was enough that I felt solidified the, you know, my decision to actually take a chance on it.
Okay, explain to us how you think it works. I mean, what do you think that is the value here in what it's doing for you? I mean, you said it's passive income, but explain how you got into it, what you did to sign up, and how much loans you're making, and some of the returns that you've gotten so far.
All right. When I signed up, I didn't sign up under a sponsor, and I also didn't accept any referrals. On my YouTube page, I have something called My BitConnect Journey. My initial investment was $420. I didn't even put in a lot, right? And the purpose was to see if I can actually make money off the platform without dealing in referrals.
You broke up on us, Jeti Knight.
Indirect.
Yeah, he's breaking up.
Oh, that's too bad. He's about to get to the juicy part.
I know. Oh, man.
He's leaving. The suspense is killing me, man. All right. We'll get
sorry about that.
All right, you're back.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of went out there for a second. So, as I said, it was $420, and about 2 months I made that amount back. And once I did that, then everything from there was within profit, and that's when I started to entertain like referrals and so forth.
Okay, so you're the one that actually made your money back, the $400. So what's stopping you from putting $100,000 into the program?
Because that would be a bad investment.
Okay, but $400 is a good investment, and you made your money back in 2 months. But $100,000 is a bad investment that you would probably make even faster back and more.
All right. I mean, you don't try your best to put all of your eggs in one basket. You know, at the end of the day, what you're looking for is an opportunity to establish passive income. And also, given the nature of the platform, you're able to compound interest. What's the point of me trying to put in $100,000 into a platform when I'm trying to establish $100,000 off of the platform? It's like an exercise in futility. If something goes wrong, right? Because I'm not, a Big Connect defender. I just don't agree with a lot of the indictments that are, swung around within the community. But I can think logically about it, and I think there are certain things that I hear that are valid questions. But back to my point, what's the point of me trying to put in $100,000 when I'm actually trying to gain money from the program? You don't put in.
So you're saying, you're saying is you don't want to risk any of your money into the program. You want the program to risk their money from wherever they get their money from to pay you out.
It takes money to make money.
Yeah, it takes money to make.
You're asking the platform to take other people's money and risk other people's money to pay you out. Is that right? Is that what you're saying?
No. It sounds like you're speaking for me. I didn't say that.
Okay.
What I said is that the platform allows you to compound interest the money that you've initially put in. And then I said, what's the point of putting in $100,000 when I'm trying to establish $100,000? I didn't say.
Okay, so you want to put in very little amount and compound on your interest. Is that the secret? Is that the secret sauce with BitConnect? Is compounding interest?
I don't. I kind of feel like there's some underlying stuff within your question. I don't mind answering your question, but what I don't want to do is kind of you guide me to where you want me to go.
Okay.
My purpose is to show initially, based on the amount of money that I had, which was $420, what I can do with it. And I did that. And I turned that $420 to $1,500 and something dollars. And that was between the daily interest and the rise of the coin. Because when you get interest, that's kicked into your lending wallet, you don't have to necessarily immediately reinvest it. You can put it back into your BitConnect wallet. And if you feel like the price is volatile to the upside, then you can take that ride as well. And that's precisely what I did. I'm not trying to cipher, take money from other people or that kind of makes me sound like a nefarious person, and that's not cool.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how BitConnect works. If they're using compounding interest, where do you think the interest comes from?
Okay. They
is
said
it the trading bot or what is it?
Well, that's their primary method of establishing money for the lending program. The lending program is used in order for you to loan out the money for the trading bot, which trades US dollars on the Bitcoin markets. That is what has been advertised.
Okay, and you believe that?
Of course.
Why wouldn't I?
Okay, but have they proven it to you in any way, shape, or form, or you're just taking their word?
Yeah, and getting his principal back, that pretty much proves it.
I got my money back.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day,
all of you guys got your money back, but none of you are willing to put more than like $10,000 into the program.
If I had $10,000 to start with, then I would have did it. When I started, for example, I had $1,000 that I said, you know what? If this money just disappeared tomorrow, I wouldn't even miss it. So that's what I was able to put in. That's why Jeti and he put in 420. He was able to say, you know what? If this shit goes bust, I'm okay with it. And that's what I did.
Same.
Precisely.
All right. So you're all saying is just put a little bit of money in it.
No,
you get what you put in. You get what you put in.
I haven't. If I had 50 million bucks just sitting there, I'd bet I'd put $1 million in this. A little bit of money is just relative.
Right.
You get what you put in.
It's all relative. It's all relative.
You put in $100, you can't expect to get like thousands of dollars. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's not going to happen.
Well, I mean, that's what Jeti Knight did. He put in like $420, and he said he got $1,500. Did you reinvest that money back in?
Yeah, I have an active investment of $1,680. The reason why I said 15 something is because I received donations from my subscriber base, people who like my content, and actually sent me BitConnect coins. And what I did was I made a video showing what was donated to me. I kicked back in a reinvest.
Okay,
But yeah,
and where did you get these BitConnect coins? Who sent them? Who sent them to? How did you get them? Because Eric and I am English don't seem to have any. How did you procure your BitConnect coins?
I went to BitConnect's exchange and I exchanged them. The way the majority of people do it, because they have an exchange for their coin.
I've sent people BitConnect coins.
Okay, excellent.
Straight from the platform.
Okay, that's very good. Now, you say you got BitConnect coins. Are you holding on to them as well? Are you holding on
No,
those?
I'm in the lending program.
Okay, so you received them just to put it back into the BitConnect.
Precisely. My purpose on the platform was to use the platform. If I wanted to get the BitConnect coins, I could either go to the platform and get them there, or I can go to the various third-party exchanges and buy BitConnect coins from those exchanges and stake on my wallet. I have a wallet on my desktop, on my Windows desktop, but I keep that open just, to help maintain the blockchain. But I don't.
So I'll ask you the same question I asked Eric and I am English. What's the purpose of the BitConnect coins if you're going to be sending them Bitcoin to begin with?
It's to help facilitate trade. I can go deeper in that if you want.
Yeah, because what I'm not understanding is they say they facilitate trade, but trade against who? Who's buying these BitConnect coins in order for them to actually make money? You need other people, you need other participants trading into it for you to make a gain. It's a zero-sum game anytime you enter into an exchange.
All right. It's going to take me maybe a couple of minutes to fully explain it. And to start, this is just my opinion. This is not based on what I know for absolute sure. BitConnect. When BitConnect started, when BitConnect started, they had their lending program, and they started with their Bitcoin wallet being transferable directly into loans. The problem with that method is when the loan has been finalized and people are either trying to send their interest or the capital release and transfer it back to Bitcoin, it is an obligation for BitConnect to constantly hold on to Bitcoin. When they were a smaller company, before they went public and had an ICO, when they was doing this, it was cool because it was really localized in certain aspects of Asia. When BitConnect decided that they were going to go global, they knew that they needed to have a better way in order to facilitate trade between the platform and the Bitcoin. So what they did, which I believe they did, let me just make that crystal clear. What I believe they did was they established a middleman, if you will, which was their coin, which was BitConnect coin. Now, this is why I believe it's an ingenious method. You have Bitcoin, and you have Bitcoin going directly back and forth between the lending wallet. The BitConnect has to hold on to Bitcoin. But when BitConnect established the coin as well as the exchange, then now they have people during their ICO, they had, maybe about $1 million. And they had people start off with BitConnect coin. They entered the exchange and then they would trade amongst the users. Because the users are coming into the platform with Bitcoin in order to enter the program, now it's a situation where BitConnect does not have to hold on to Bitcoins, because anybody who's trying to get into the program are going to trade with people who are in the program trying to come out. So that allows for people to exchange coins. It's the same thing that happens on Poloniex, Bittrex, or any.
Let me ask you real quick. Are you talking about exchange BitConnect coins for Bitcoin, or are you talking about BitConnect, or are you talking about Bitcoins for other coins?
No.
BitConnect for other coins.
I'm talking about what was your question?
Like what coins are you talking about being traded? Are you talking about the BitConnect being traded for Bitcoin, or are you talking about BitConnect being traded on their own exchange?
I'm talking about BitConnect. I'm talking about BitConnect coins being traded on its own exchange with Bitcoins. This is how you facilitate those trades.
Okay.
And
Well,
can I continue? I wasn't sure if
yeah.
you had a question.
No, go ahead.
All right. So, in order for them to make sure that they had the ability to have a lot of Bitcoin available to go back and forth, given the potential growth of the company, they just couldn't hold on to a bunch of Bitcoins. So they developed and established an exchange on their website. So there's a sense of liquidity on their platform. Anybody who has loans and they get interest and they want to get out, they transfer their USD to their BitConnect wallet. If they want to get out of BitConnect coins, then they hit the exchange on that website, and then they exchange coins based on people who are trying to buy BitConnect coins to enter the program, whatever they want to do. You have buyers and you have sellers. Now, that gives it a sense of decentralization, because when it comes to the exchange, you're not getting your Bitcoin from BitConnect. They're only establishing the exchange on their website. But the community is the ones that are establishing and bringing in Bitcoins and selling and buying those two coins on the website.
Okay, so the website is kind of like an exchange, what you're saying, and that triggers BitConnect to trade on their exchange against Bitcoin. Is that what you're essentially saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying. BitConnect
Okay.
is an exchange.
So basically, the participants are basically you guys, and you're kind of loaning your Bitcoin, and you're getting paid on that. Is that? Am I hearing you right?
We are exchanging our Bitcoin for BitConnect coin in order to submit a loan. The loan,
Or use the platform.
or use the platform. But primarily, if you're going to use the platform, if you have to, use the BitConnect coins, primarily it's for loans. So when you use that method and you issue a loan, then what you're asking for is for BitConnect to put that money within the other pool of money and trade USD on the Bitcoin markets. That's the purpose. And whatever percentages that they make, they take a cut and then they kick back interest rates to you. So, for example, if they decide that on a particular day they made 4%, they'll take whatever they take and then they'll kick out an interest payment to the people that pooled the money together.
Basically.
I'm kind of getting an understanding. I'm trying to think about how this thing works. So basically, you give up your Bitcoin on BitConnect site, right? The website.
Yes.
And then you put out a loan. So you're basically giving them your Bitcoin at that point. And then
No, I'm not. I'm not giving them my Bitcoin. You're not following me. BitConnect has an exchange. I'm not giving BitConnect my Bitcoin. I'm giving the user of the BitConnect platform that's trying to go from BitConnect coins to Bitcoin. I'm giving that person my Bitcoin. I'm exchanging within the community of BitConnect. So say if I Am English, for example, James, say if I Am English has 10 BitConnect coins and he wants to give.
But here's the thing: you're not making any contact with I Am English or any other participants on that platform to do that. You're relying on BitConnect to do that.
I'm using BitConnect's
exchange to do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're relying on BitConnect to find a buyer or a seller or whoever to exchange your Bitcoin for BitConnect tokens.
The same way.
That's the exchange. That's what an exchange is.
But in order to
Poloniex, Bittrex, that's what they all do.
Yeah, in order to do that, you're giving your Bitcoins to BitConnect in order to do that for you. You're not pushing a buy or sell button. You're just making a loan.
Yeah, you are. No, you press a buy or sell button. If I wanted to exchange my 15 BitConnect tokens that's in my BCC wallet right now, and I want to sell it, I go down to the BCC exchange.
Well, that's because you're cashing out.
Yeah, if you wanted to cash out, but even when you buy in, if I wanted to buy in, I would say if I want to send one Bitcoin to BitConnect,
Yeah, but you're doing that to BitConnect. You're not doing it to any other participant.
I always have a few BitConnect tokens up for a selling order at like half the price, just in case.
Okay. Well, my point is that none of you are actually doing any of this. It's BitConnect that's doing it. You're just providing the liquidity.
No,
no, you can do it on
explain to you that is not the point. You've asked this question like 2 or 3 times, and we've answered you, and you refuse to kind of accept the answer. The community within BitConnect, the people who go to BitConnect's website and use their platform, use the exchange to facilitate trade between Bitcoins and BitConnect coins. We are trading amongst the community those coins. And if somebody's trying to get out, they're trying to get Bitcoins. They're getting that not from BitConnect. They're getting that from users who are trying to get in on the platform. The BitConnect is only the stage in which the exchange exists. It's kind of like Poloniex. If I'm dealing with I am English.
Well, I can see on Poloniex the order book. Why can't I see an order book on BitConnect?
I mean, have you tried? Are you part of? And I'm not trying to be,
No, I watch all your videos, and I have not seen an order book on any of your videos that shows any buyers or sellers.
Because I don't do primarily trading. I do loans. I'm doing lending, so I would be the wrong.
If you're lending and you're not doing any trading, and everybody else is lending, who's doing the trading?
I have open orders. And I'm looking at live orders.
Please, Eric, can you
seen all my videos? What videos have you seen?
Eric's videos. I've obviously seen I Am English videos. I haven't seen any of your videos yet, but I will.
Okay, because you said that you've seen all my videos. I just wanted to know what you've seen.
I'm sorry. I was talking mainly Eric and I Am English, and a little bit of Trayvon James, and maybe a little bit of I don't watch too much Craig Grant's videos anymore.
I'm looking at live orders
I'll watch
right
them
now.
every now and then to see what's going on with him.
I look at them all day.
I'm looking at live orders right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I watch on the Nova exchange.
Buying orders, live selling orders.
Okay, so you're talking about an exchange that you guys never do a trade for, or?
I have open orders right now. I have open orders right as we speak.
Okay, you got open orders, but you just told me you don't have any. I mean, before you literally told me you don't hold any BitConnect tokens.
I know you've asked me the same question like 10 times, and all of it seems so silly, right? Like it's the same question. I have a little bit here. I have a little bit there.
I'm sorry.
Isn't it all a gamble?
Here, let me.
I'm in you, but I think you are right. We're trying our best to lend ourselves and our experiences and information over to them, but it doesn't really seem that James want to be receptive to it.
No, I'm open. I'm listening to you guys. I'm mainly for the audience here because I'm trying to look at it, and you're nothing like an exchange. I mean, BitConnect is nothing like an exchange. And the way I see an exchange like Poloniex, where you can even go, you don't have to even sign up. You just go on their website, and you can see an order book. You can go to GDAX. You can go to all these other exchanges. All right, you don't even have to go on a crypto exchange. You can go onto a regulated stock market exchange, and you can see the order books and everything. Right, but you're saying on BitConnect they have you're all lending, but none of you are trading.
Because
that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to people who are not interested in the platform. That's like somebody saying
how BitConnect works, and it works like a black box, and it only seems like you guys are guessing at or trying to explain how it works, but it just seems
a lot of an exchange. You know how it works. I mean, it's very simple.
Listen, it's a Ponzi scheme. They're making money on it right now, and when it's all over, voila.
Well, Crypto Blood.
Get what you can.
Crypto Blood, what do you you think? I mean,
I'm gonna sum it up for
like,
you.
you summed it up right there. I mean, why the fuck are you guys are so scared? Just say you're a Ponzi and you're making money.
And
Come
you're
on
making
in, join
money,
right
man.
now
Let's
before
do
it goes down.
Exactly.
Just say it, man, because then your
Exactly.
shit will pop.
If you're saying
you
it's
put
a
all your money
Ponzi,
into it.
what's the Ponzi?
It takes more money. It takes new money to fund and pay back people who join the platform before those
Who has
individuals.
lost money? Who's lost money on BitConnect?
You don't lose money until you can't get another person into the system.
It seems like there's a lot of people that are upset about it, like they've lost money, and they haven't seen anybody lose any money.
No, listen, man. I'm not interested in it. I'm not even. I don't care. That's
how I feel about a lot of coins too. I mean, some of the coins I don't give a shit about.
Right.
It doesn't make it any worse or any bad or
I'm
good.
I'm happy you guys are making money. I wish you guys all become millionaires. I really do. I don't wish ill on anybody. But if you
just be careful. Just be careful.
What it is, if you explained it, what it is, then that's what it is, and people participate in it. Like look at MMM. Like people know that's not going to be a good situation, but people participate because there's a chance.
Do any of you use Coinbase?
I don't.
Yeah, I do.
Anybody?
I do.
They used to be under the same fire when they used their referral program too.
Sure was.
Yeah, but you could use that referral program only one. You have to find a new buyer. All right, you have to find a new person.
I mean, yeah,
but you don't get you got a flat. I think you got a flat referral for that, like a dollar amount. I don't think it was in a pyramid type of structure, but I've never used it.
With Coinbase, if you put $100 in Coinbase, you were given a kickback of 10%, not just the referrer, but the referee as well. So the new person got $10 for entering the program. The referrer got $10 for referring that person.
Where'd they get that money?
Exactly.
It's like, come on.
They got their money out of their own pockets from the exorbitant amounts of fees they charge. They're one of the highest. They're one of the highest.
They're earning money.
Well, what I'm saying is, you see how when me and I Am English just posed that question, you guys were able to use your logic and say, well,
we were able to answer it really quick. We told you it comes from the investors and from their own pocket.
But I
mean, there's no question about where it comes from.
I'm not arguing with you. If you would let me talk, you would see that I'm agreeing with you. But there was just more to that. What I'm saying is, you see how when me and I Am English posed that question to you guys, you quickly had the response,
right?
Which was a logical response,
right?
Given the fact that they charge fees.
Right.
Yet, when people who are in the BitConnect program are asked similar questions and we give similar answers,
those answers don't. Yeah, they don't.
Well, there's nothing.
Okay, so where are the fees coming from your situation? Where's the fees coming? You're all making money and getting loans.
I think it's coming from the bots. They're saying the profits from the bots, right?
If they're trading on a trading bot, but it's not just the trading bot. You got to also understand, at one time, BitConnect coins was 16 cents a coin, right? How much are BitConnect coins today?
Well, that's another thing is if you see the price of BitConnect coins going up, why aren't any of you actually buying and holding BitConnect coins?
James, that's an irrelevant question.
You make more money off the loan.
Because you all know that BitConnect coins are worthless. All right, I mean that's why you're trying to cash out on Bitcoin.
How?
I mean, come on,
man. Explain worthless.
It was a pleasure speaking to everybody here. I'm gonna, my purpose was to come and answer some questions, but I see that that's not really what's going on here. James Bond, I appreciate the time, brother. Thank you.
Hey, before you leave, tell people where they can find you. I Am English.
All right, bro.
Just hit me up, man. Just type in I Am English. You can find me.
Yeah.
Okay, your link is in the description in the bottom. And so if people want to sign up for BitConnect, they know who to look for. I appreciate you, English. Thank you very much.
Don't do that. Everybody invest.
And also,
they should do their due diligence and do not take any information from people from YouTube. We are not financial advisors. This is the problem when you engage people. When you do that, you kind of, that's bias, bro, and you can get people hurt like that because you're telling them to do financial things that may not.
Why are you making videos about BitConnect?
For the same reason that everybody does videos based on the experiences and opinions based on whatever they're into. But at the same time, I always tell people, based on my videos, don't make financial decisions based on my actions. The same reason why I put that information in the description of my videos. The same reason why I don't pump referral codes. That's why, because I'm responsible.
Okay, that's fine. I guess we're gonna. Do you want to end the show, or who else wants to leave?
Who left? Was it Eric?
Yeah, Eric left. He bailed. He got tired of this real quick.
Not surprising. All right, guys.
Well, anyways, all right. I was gonna say, hey, Jeti Knight, your link is also in the description box. If anybody wants to contact him or watch any of his videos, it's there. And Crypto Blood.
Yes, sir.
You're the only one here, man. You're the real one. You're the real one. I can tell. Everybody just bailed.
Yeah, you can catch me on Steemit, Crypto Blood, and also on YouTube, Crypto Blood, same thing.
All right, and hopefully I'll have you on the show later, and maybe without all these little jokers, but I appreciate you staying and chiming in and you put your words in there. Your link is also in the description box. Yes, and hopefully, and I'll be watching your video, of course.
Yeah.
I've been doing that, and I like what you have to say. You bring a different view, and I wish you the best.
Thanks, man. You too.
All right. And as for everyone else, this is the end of the show. So bye everybody.